supremely great film, They Fall Fast. I've always been big into suicide movies anyway,
Right.
but that is such an inspiring film. I actually get a little weepy in the corner because, they're revealing so much honesty, and you kind of do get the audience to believe, I think, that they're, and you use the quicksand metaphor. So I mean, what's more cinematic than quicksand? Like, does quicksand exist, or is it only in movies?
Oh, I did a lot of research. Yeah, kind of fake. Yeah, I mean, the origin of. I mean, I read a Slate art. I think it was Slate several years ago about the origin and the evolution of quicksand in cinema, starting from Tarzan to present day, and it's quite interesting. We could have a lot of drinks and discuss it. But one of the things they talked about filmmakers, and one was Damon Lindelof from Lost, and they said, for all the years on Lost, you have polar bears and all this stuff, but you never use quicksand, which would appear on an island. And he's like, because quicksand is a gimmick, like, it's only danger, it never reveals character. And I said, okay, let's do that. So that's when I said, okay, I need to do a short about quicksand, because the feature would just be too long to ask actors to stay in quicksand. But yeah, so that's the origin of it. So.
And that's when I said, I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Is this a problem?
Well, so that was the origin. How'd the rest of it come together? Did you?
I just thought about, like, okay, if it's going to reveal character, who would be throwing themselves in quicksand, and that's when Eileen came. And I definitely wanted, like, two walks of life, two characters who would never meet each other in any other circumstance. So I wrote it, and producer buddy of mine, we got together, and a whole team of, it's about people believing you, really. Like, I like this script, and I'm going to help you get it made. And then you do that, and then you start casting, and magic is made.
Well, I'm sure, was the script just wonderful when you first read it?
It was fantastic, and it was really fun to audition for too, and then to go out to the desert for a couple of days, and it was grueling. It was probably one of the more technical things that I've ever done. So it was interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure someone will ask, but like, so you would put them in and then pull them out and dig and then have them go back in, like you did a series of stages?
Yeah, I mean, we did all the quicksand in one day, and we had two cameras to coverage, and we focused, we broke up that, like, 5 or 6 pages of dialogue into sections, so, like, like scene 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and then so we did measure it at the beginning, you're going to be here, then here, and then here, and I think, if I remember correctly, the morning pre-lunch we had coverage on Carlos and the other camera doing some wide and B-roll, and then in the afternoon we had coverage on Mim. And then at the very end of the day, we're like, okay, you both ready to go under? So we didn't do that final until the end, when everyone's tired.
So ready to be out of sand. Yeah.
Oh, but she was a trooper. She owned it. I'm like, once someone auditions, you're like, okay, you're Eileen. So you say it how she should say it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And did being in sand, was it
was a long
it
shoot.
method? Was it helpful?
It was very technical. They had the whole thing built out. I don't know who did that for you. It was fantastically built.
My husband.
Yeah.
We called him PhD PA the entire weekend. He's like, I have a PhD and you're. I'm like, shh, dig.
Just dig, sweetheart. Yeah. So we were standing in a whole dugout pit, and then the scariest part was when we actually did have to go under, and the whole thing closed on top of us, and it got a little hot and a little buggy and a little sandy, and so I was ready to be done by the end. But
that's really why our hair is brown.
Right. It scared the blonde out of me.
Well, is there? Got one right there.
I really like the idea of these two people syncing if they have the exchange. I was wondering about the rope. Were they always planning to hold themselves up? Like, did they have the intention of like pulling themselves from the beginning, or was it something that just occurred to them at the last moment?
Yeah, I don't know if Mim would have a different answer as far as her character. For me as a writer, no, they went into it not intending to do it, but it seemed like a very viable option. The more they realize, like, as they're literally getting deeper into the earth, they realize they're buried in life and they don't know how to get out of it. So I think it became an option as they were sinking. That's how I envisioned
That's how I got it too. Yeah.
Because I read when the Laura, the daughter, calls at the end, they didn't like read
No.
kind of, the whole time I thought the rope was kind of supposed to symbolize sort of that, like,
Yeah, and that was me metaphorically. It's like the rope is like the tether to the real world. You know, it's kind of symbolic.
I was wondering if that was, you know, if that was from the beginning, like, supposed to be either a mother or a daughter, or just,
Yeah, I think
Or
maybe.
just
artsy
whatever's
fartsy.
keeping
Yeah.
you
I'm just-
tethered to this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the daughter and the.
I don't know. When I'm just just throw shit on the
Artsy
screen
fartsy.
and be like,
Best answer ever.
But you walk the line so perfectly with your characters of have they decided to not save themselves or not? I mean, you want the subtlety is just
Thank
to see that kind of subtlety. You know, when you're programming a film festival and you see this, it's
Thank
puts you
you.
in a really good mood because you're like, okay, good, we're gonna have a good festival. You know.
Thanks for having us.
She made it work. I was just drinking water behind the camera.
I didn't expect you to say water.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, me either. It's weird. Yeah.
Any more? Well, 3, 2. There we go.
Can we talk about the reality of it? Do people really do this?
Yeah. Very quickly, the reality is quicksand started with Tarzan, and it was a way to get a man and a woman in close proximity and moaning together. It was a way to have sex without having sex on screen, and then it became in horror movies, and then it became in comedies, and now it's no longer there, but now it's in porn. Pretty much. There's a subset of which there was a scene that honored
Mom.
that, like
There's a
like,
whole element. I wasn't.
there was a scene we cut with Carlos talked about, like, I found it while watching porn, and she's like, no.
No.
And it worked really well. It just, like, you know, you just, like, got to kill your babies in the edit. But yeah, but yeah, that's not that I've seen it. I mean, I'm not.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
I haven't either.
I'm gonna shut up. This is why I pulled you here to save me
No,
from
I
this.
can't.
But you know that this is how good a writer you are. Is
Yeah.
how many people watched that and thought, I want to go do this. I want to go on the quicksand adventure sometime. All right, just me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still. Do you have any more?
I know that people fake it, you know, for the art of different. Yeah. In the research, there are people. I mean, I'm not an expert by any means. I've seen like 8 YouTube videos, but yeah, there is there really quicksand. There's like, not really. There's not.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
quicksand is real. I meant like people actually to experience yourself in patience.
There are people who like to sink in it, yeah, but in what I've been finding, it was not for I want to literally kill myself. It's more for kind of a weird kind of to film themselves and to, you know, I'm going to turn this into a different type of film festival if I continue. But yeah, there's a very subsect which is part of that. When originally what I read is that's where film and quicksand are meeting nowadays. So I said, let me change that. So,
Right. Any more?
This has been enlightening.
Well, yeah.
No idea.
You were in the film and you didn't even know it had been inspired by a subset
I got a lot of
of.
explaining to do.
I need to talk to my therapist.
No.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.